Just right here.
I'm coming.
Open the sunroof.
Okay.
So it will open the sunroof. It's a bit of a torque steer when you want to get going. It is very comfortable. It soaks up the bumps pretty well. Hey guys, here we have the Omoda E5, and once I approach the vehicle, the DRLs will turn on because I have the key with me, and we are going to be taking it for a POV drive. But before I do that, let's go ahead and take a look at the exterior first. This is the key. It has the Omoda logo here. You have your unlock, trunk release, lock, and remote start. So you can actually start the car to keep the cabin cool already. Again, if we unlock it, that's the turn signals up top. Now this is a fully electric vehicle, so you don't get much grille, but you do have some venting underneath to cool the motors. Overall, I think it's a pretty sleek design. It has that rounded and futuristic look to it. You do have some aero wheels right here, 18 inches. I think it's a nice design. Those will aid in the aerodynamics to keep your range longer. So you do have that floating style roofline. You have a black C-pillar here. Again, as I approach the car unlocks itself. You have this nice character line going right there. It looks very premium, well, considering the price. This is the tail light of the car. You get that 3D effect to it, and towards the rear you have Omoda lettering there. And you get this very cool spoiler at the rear. So it's a power-operated tailgate. There are some stuff, but this is the cargo capacity of the Omoda E5. It's fairly reasonable considering its size. And to close it, there's a button right here. And it closes on its own. Check out the rear seats. Climbing in is easy, but the floor is kind of raised because the batteries are underneath. But once I close the door, feels nice and solid. I get enough leg room. This is set to my driving position. Foot room, yeah, I have some foot room too, although there's this somewhat hump down below, so you have to kind of raise your feet a little. Headroom, I have this much. It is a little bit on the small side because of the sloping roofline, and there's no window on the C-pillar. But yeah, this is the dashboard. Let's move ahead to the front. So if we move inside the vehicle, the car is automatically turned on, and once you want to get going, just put your foot on the brake, and there you go, the car is automatically turned on. That's the gauge display. If we close it, nice solid door sounding. You do get ambient lighting throughout the vehicle, even this very neat feature. You get dual screens. This one for the infotainment is a touch screen, so you can adjust your aircon, your HVAC. You also have some smart modes right here, rapid cooling, rapid warming. You also have seat ventilation, which is a nice feature to have. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Bluetooth phone. This is the main screen. It is fairly responsive. Some vehicle settings here. You have your normal, eco, and sport. Switch it to normal.
Mode. Normal mode.
There's also a voice command, which we'll try in a bit. Fairly easy to use once you get the hang of it. Materials, there are some soft touch padding here, a faux wood here, some soft touch materials also on the top, and the doors too, there are some soft touch padding even on the armrest, which is nice. Center console, you have a space right here, a button right here to open the illuminated center console. There's a deep storage space down there. You also have some shortcut buttons for your aircon, defrosters, hazards, and your driving modes.
Sport mode.
You have two cup holders here, which can be concealed, and you have a wireless charging pad right here. As with every electric car, there's a floating center console. You can store some more items down below. You have some USB Type-C and USB Type-A charging ports down below as well. So let's go ahead and take it for a drive. The driver gets a 3-spoke design steering wheel. To put it in gear, there's a column-mounted gear selector. Flick it down for drive. For reverse, flick it up, and you have a 360-degree camera. Also, when you put it in reverse, the fog lights will automatically turn on. So when we put it in drive, the parking brake is automatically disengaged. So there's also a head-up display right here, which is showing my current speed and the status of the adaptive cruise control. So on the left side of the steering wheel, you have your adaptive cruise control settings. On the right, you have your media. So steering force is set to comfort at the moment. You can change it here on the infotainment. There's also an auto hold function, so even when you're in drive, you can just leave your foot off the brake and it will hold the brake for you. Let's test out the power. Whoa, okay. There's a bit of a torque steer when you want to get going. Also, road noise on higher speeds is quite there. Just switch it to sport
mode.
Much more responsive, instantaneous in sport mode, but also the torque steer is there. A bit of a body roll, but again, this is a crossover, so you wouldn't really expect it to handle corners, but it is very comfortable. It soaks up the bumps pretty well. Let's do a slide horn test right here. Ooh. So driver assistance, you do get intelligent cruise, vehicle departure warning, intelligent high beam assist, front collision warning, automatic braking emergency. So even in eco, the torque is just there. You can also set the brake region to its lightest setting, so it just drives like a normal car. Although at slower speeds, like when you're in a car park, the brake can feel a little bit grabby than usual. But in normal driving, it just feels like a normal car. But again, the brake region, you can set it into 3 modes. The number 3 is its most aggressive, so you can do its one pedal driving with the car.
I'm coming.
Open the sunroof.
Okay.
So it will open the sunroof. If you're not feeling it, press it
You
again.
can tell me.
Close sunroof.
Okay.
So it's like a built-in Alexa. So again, with a heads-up display, you can see that it also displays the car in front of me. So in sport mode, the steering, when you set it into sport, does feel much more responsive, but still it is heavily assisted. And like with a Tesla, you can see the live view of the traffic here on your gauge. And it's fairly easy to maneuver around because of the light steering. But again, you have to be mindful of the size of the car because it does feel like a wide car. Visibility is great all throughout. You have a high hood line to see your corners of the vehicle, but again, you have a 360-degree camera. The windows aren't that small, so you still get enough light inside again, although the quarter window on the C-pillar is missing, so you do have a bit of a blind spot at the back. You also have various lighting settings here for your headlights. You can adjust the level of the headlights. You also have ambient interior lights. You can have the musical rhythm, which means that it will synchronize with the beat of your music. Linked driving mode, meaning if you're in sport, it will turn red. If you're in eco, it will turn green and whatnot. But again, you can also customize the color here. So there's no reason to curb your wheels because you can see the view of the curb. So here's the ambient lighting that I mentioned earlier. Now we are currently set in red. The resolution from the camera is quite good, even in dark spaces. Still offer bright information inside. And it is easy to center the car thanks to the bird's eye view. And here is the parking sensors. Alright. Put it in park, just press this P button. To the left side of the stock, you have your wiper controls. So that was a quick POV drive of the Omoda E5. You don't need to turn off the car. Just get out of the vehicle. Make sure the car is in park. And once you leave the car, it will automatically turn off. So if you lock it, just press that button right here and it automatically locks the vehicle. Okay guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to be notified as I upload a new video. This has been TJ. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.